We're about to start the round of 32. Kelly Slater taking on Julian Wilson for a shot to move on to the round of 16. As we just got the quarters set for the women, we check out the stats of two of the best in the world. Kelly called the GOAT for good reason, meaning he's the greatest of all time, 47 years of age, in what might be his final start here at Bells Beach. To see who you thought was going to make this heat, Julian versus Kelly, 60% in favor of Wilson to move on to the round of 16. We'll get things started with Kelly. Bottom turns and ends up kicking out of that wave. He's had a couple of good warm-ups this week, Potts, as he rode a lot of different boards. Had a higher tide at Rincon one of the days we were running at Winky Pop.
I think she's going to go a long way, that young lady. But speaking of going a long way, this guy's still going. And with surfing like this, why would you want him to stop? I mean, some beautiful, clean maneuvers here from Kelly Slater. Through the lip again, and geez, that board looks very alive under his feet. Just losing it off the whitewater. And you know, that's what I was kind of talking about with Kelly. Like, I'd like to see him ride a little bit of a longer board, and what that's going to do is it's going to be able to hold his rail a little bit longer, draw those turns out a little bit more, be able to put a little bit more power into his turns. And I think sometimes for me it feels like he's overpowering his board because he's such a strong guy. Look at that though, beautiful vertical, seamless surfing here from Kelly. And I tell you what, Julian's got to be on his toes here because Kelly's got a little bit of amp going now. And
as we continue on with this one, waiting for scores at Kelly's opener, Julian Wilson will get a start. Gets that projection snap deep on that section, and that one's going to stop short. Waited for quite some time before he made a move for his first wave. And Bells kind of always has the last say. Tough to have great wave selection out here.
You know, we've seen epoxy boards with parabolic flex, which is the stiffness around the rails, but ultimately he's got the technology, as you see up and riding here, Kelly. Or no, sorry, Julian.
That's right, Pete. Wilson throws the fins into reverse, falls in transition. So Wilson waiting patiently to start. Got one turn off on his opening ride, falling on his recovery wave under the priority of Kelly Slater. Priority for Slater out the back on a dreamy day here at Bells. Always hoping that you score this place firing. And we're getting it this year. Expecting 3 days straight of competition. Beat the greatest ever, especially at Pipe. We go back to Julian's last.
Yeah, well, that wind, you know, you heard Strider talk about the fact that wind is blowing from the right of your screen to the left. So in a sense, it's going to blow that board away from your feet. So the types of airs that you got to do.
Thanks for watching on Fox. Great time to tune in for pro surfing. Wilson versus Slater. Priority is with Kelly. Wearing the blue, fading to take off. Snap to slide off the top on that arcing turn. Blows the tail in the second. Nice control off the bottom for the frontside wrap. And now looking for a little bit of a build-up on this inside. Little top turn redirect as this wave's not even breaking, but still has a connection to the energy source here. He's found the finish. Slater drills that end section. Creative little finish to back up his 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, best wave of the heat right there, Joe. You know, Kelly's such a master. It up halfway through it, and that's what makes this guy so good. Let's have a look here. First turn, snaps it right there. See how that board came out of the water? He almost lost the fins, and then he turned it into a bit of a sliding maneuver. And as I said, a master at doing that. Now he just goes to town and fills in the dots here. And this is where this EPS comes in handy, doesn't it, Joe? It's super light, super responsive, and you can maintain your speed through those flat sections. You can see how that board is just gliding under his feet. He's hardly using any energy, and then finishes nicely. So I think we're looking at the best scoring ride of the heat, and you can see right here, board comes out, almost loses it, goes into a sliding maneuver, and makes that look seamless. So the amazing talent of Kelly Slater. At the age that he's at, he's looking good, looking sharp, and Julian Wilson's got a fight on his hands right now.
Well, Potts, you always talk about the bottom turn here at Bells. It seemed like Kelly was able to draw that bottom turn pretty far out into the flats.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like it from here, Joe, but he doesn't go all the way to the bottom. And I think you look at the people that surf this place, in my eyes, there's three guys. There's obviously Kelly, Joel Parkinson and Mick Fanning, and the bottom turn is where it all happens. And it's always 3/4 of the way down the face. If you go too deep, unless your name is Mark Occhilupo on the backhand, I think he's the only guy that I really can see that goes right down super.
Surfer from Coolum Beach on the Sunshine Coast starts with a vertical through the whitewater. Kicks the tail out on the second maneuver. Clean little rail turn just to fill in the downtime. And that one's not going to cooperate. Down to 4 minutes to go. Wilson just looking to break the combination there and have a shot at the end of this heat against Kelly.
Times by being a nice guy, let me tell you. Up and riding here, Julian on his replay. Nice little connection with the lip. That's more of a deeper bottom turn, but still mid-face. I mean, you look at Julian, he's doing exactly the same, where he's not going all the way to the bottom of the wave. You know, you have to maintain that speed on a very slopey wall like Bells Beach is today. The bigger it gets, the more vertical face we're going to see, and maybe some more vertical stuff, but you can see Julian as well. They're not quite going to the bottom, and that's allowing him to hold that speed through his maneuvers. Beautiful style. And again, the thing I love about Julian surfing is there's no break in the turns, is there? Have a look. Double pump bottom turn and goes over the handlebars.
They'd hold their rails well and then blow the tail out to be like a more modern day update of what it takes to be one of the best out of Bells Beach. Wilson on his way back out will grab this wave. Clean carve to start, big vertical on the second effort. We'll just try to punch the whitewater quickly before it goes flat. Looks like he's got enough energy to hunt down a finishing move. Already communicating to the water patrol down the line here. And now finally getting that little tail drift to finish.
Honestly, I think he was just trying to get himself into the jet ski zone, Joe, to try and get back out there for one more opportunity. I think halfway through that wave, he realized that was no 8.51. And let's have a look at Julian's wave here. Most of the damage done outside, Joe. Nice slashing maneuver. Repositions his back foot and then gets that vertical snap. So right there, that's kind of where it all went pear-shaped for Julian. Realizing, okay, I need to get myself back out into the lineup. Jet ski's the quickest way to do it. Come on, pick me up, he says.
Now into the countdown, and Julian Wilson still out the back. Wilson goes down in the round of 32, and Kelly Slater will move on to surf again in the round of 16 at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach.